clinical psychology beams at me from the wall. What can I do for you? I don't want to waste this one chance to get the order right. With previous therapists, I've started with the wrong thing and we have fixated on that thing and never even got to the real parts. I've spent a year talking to a therapist about how was work and what are the kids up to, because they were the first things I mentioned and I couldn't ever figure out how to shift the course of the conversation. I'm very tired, I say. She says. So tired. Have you seen a psychologist before? Yes, lots. And psychiatrists. What have you seen them for? I want to say misplaced optimism, but instead I just go, brain stuff. Run of the mill. I'm totally fine and normal. Actually, I don't even need to be here. Sorry for wasting your time. I'll just leave. She says, can you tell me about your family? Who do you live with? She does what psychologists do with new patients, which is to draw a family tree and make notes next to everyone. She underlines a few names. Those people would hate to know their names were underlined, which is one of the little joys you get from going to therapy. And what would you say is the main reason you're here today? I notice that the room is just a space partitioned off from the hallway. The top of the wall doesn't meet the ceiling. I wonder if the people in the waiting area can hear me. What will they think? That's not a good enough reason to be anxious. That's not real trauma. First world problems. Someone should take away your children. Anxiety, I say. She makes a note. I search for words to explain that it's not just anxiety. I mean, it is anxiety, but it's the kind where everything else about your life is all bound up in it. It's like a room full of mousetraps. It's like the dream about going to school in your undies and everyone looking at you, except you're also all the people looking at you. A hall of mirrors of you looking at yourself in your undies and pushing yourself into your own locker. It's like being trapped in jelly and also being allergic to jelly. I want to say I'm anxious, but all the time. I'm anxious, but for reasons. It's more than just anxiety, I explain to this new therapist. I use words I've had to learn so doctors will take me seriously. I feel dissociated. I have intrusive thoughts. She makes notes. And my obsessive-compulsive behaviours are heightened lately. I remember I'm wearing mascara and not the waterproof kind. A beginner's mistake. I'm not feeling good. My voice cracks, but I think I've got away with it. She says, I understand. Her tone is frank but empathetic, and it strikes a tendon behind my ribs. Heat bruise there. Don't cry in front of the new therapist. Make a joke. I'm just covering all my bases. I wave my hands like an anxiety larrikin. She books me in for 3 more sessions, and I'm relieved she thinks I'm good/bad enough for her to see again. I like her. She won't let me get away with nonsense. I smile politely and thank her for her time. At the front counter, I banter with the receptionist and decline a receipt. I pop a few dollars in the charity box. I step back to let an elderly patient through the door before me. The sun is out. A soft wind blows my clean hair into my face. In the car, I flick open the vanity mirror and study myself. Makeup has collected at the corner of my eyes. Carefully selected tinted lip balm has something stuck in it. My skin aches from smiling. I adjust my sunglasses. I reach into my chest and touch the hot stones that live there. Onwards. Symptoms persist for a substantial period of time. Footnote. Each chapter of this book begins with the clinical or technical definition of an aspect of life with mental illness. You'll see, I hope, what a tremendously poor job they do of offering any insight whatsoever to the lived experience. Where do mental illness stories begin? Mine starts at 3 years old in the kitchen my parents had renovated, sitting on their suite of wicker furniture with those cushions every 1980s white family had, decorated in pussy willow and orange smudges. I had realised I would eventually die, which must have been shortly after my cat Brutus did die, and that fear just continued on with a vengeance until the present and, I assume, future. I had small fat hands that I forced into fists and plunged into the gaps between the cushions, feeling that I must somehow secure myself to the world in case I flew right off and into space. My body was so tense. Tiny knees locked, teeth clenched, determined to remain consciously and deliberately alive. It starts in other parts of the space-time continuum. There it is on the afternoon my grandpa wrote that he had absolutely reached the length of my tether and then he was dead. And 100 years before that, when a long-ago uncle blew